Trainers Library, the power of learning.
Hello and welcome to the Trainers Library. I'm Cecilia and I will be your host on this website. This is an introduction of what the Trainers Library is, what kind of resources can be found here, how to use it, and how you can benefit from it. Trainers are people who facilitate the transfer of knowledge using a variety of methods, such as group building activities, simulations, presentations, different types of workshops, self-assessment, reflections, teamwork, etc. They provide information, coach, and steer the learning of the people who take part in their workshops, so-called participants or learners. Trainers are also professionals who should have different kind of competences, such as an ability to manage a group of learners, to design the learning program or a workshop, to be able to communicate with others, to manage a team, resolve conflicts, or discover values, just to name a few. This variety of multidisciplinary tasks that goes over a variety of professions makes the tasks to become a professional trainer quite complex. The overload of information on the internet, the variety of unchecked or irrelevant sources of information, the lack of structure of navigating over the information, and lack of formal education makes the search of resources to self-develop really difficult, slow, and ineffective. So how can someone navigate through this vast knowledge, be effective in their learning, and find what they need? The Trainers Library uses the European Trainers Competence Model as a skeleton to organize the learning. There are 7 competence areas in the model, and for each area, we have written or curated 50 articles, which should help the trainers further develop their competences. We have written 350 articles on more than 1,500 pages, designed in such a way that everyone can easily find what they need. In the library, all articles are clearly labeled, which makes them easy to find and use. This will help the learners to create their customized learning plan. The authors have read and used a wide variety of literature, hundreds of different books and articles, or relevant sources that they use in their daily work. They selected the resources they found useful and presented them to you in a short and simple way. They should help you as a learner to further develop your skills, or to trigger you to start looking for more information from different sources. What do we mean with self-directed learning? This means that each learner is responsible for their own assessment, for setting their own learning plan, and for the dedication and energy they are going to use in doing the exercises or searching for further reading. In this library, our trainers use the resources that they have been using in the last 15 to 20 years of their professional lives, from psychologists to activists, from environmentalists to organizational developers, from consultants to coaches on emotional intelligence. Therefore, they all have their own and unique way of portraying the information. We create a balanced team of trainers in terms of location, professional background, gender, methods, and experiences. This means that we will all have different styles and different ways. With more than 1,500 pages referenced with our own experiences, but also books that we read, tests that we do, graphs, reflection questions, and videos, the library provides a good base for one to develop their own skills. However, the Trainers Library is a living organism where we expect that the community of lifelong learners will continue to contribute to the growth of the library. As a crowdsourced project, we expect that the community of trainers will continue to contribute with additional articles, approaches, and resources from other fields and disciplines that are complementary. Every 6 months, we will review all suggestions, new articles, new resources, and materials, and therefore keep the library up to date and relevant. You might wonder what an article is. Each article is addressing one of the indicators in the competence model, and all of them have the same structure but different content. The main content part where we share our information that is relevant for developing a particular skill or attitude, which might come from our experience as authors or from a book we read or a model that we use. Reflection questions. Developing a competence doesn't come simply by reading about it. The learning process combines several learning styles: reading, reflecting about the content by contemplating choices, going front and back with your colleagues, and going deeper into the topic. Exercises. We provide exercises which can help you gain valuable experience and raise even more questions and reflections as you deepen your understanding as a learner. We put the knowledge in context of being a trainer. What kind of conflict situations can be in a team of trainers and how to address them? Or what is the difference of listening with sympathy and listening with empathy? These are universal skills in everyday life or other professions, which we are putting in the context of being a trainer, working in an international setting. References. We have tried to reference our sources without overloading you with too much information. At this moment, the information of the library is presented in the form of online articles that can be accessed from anywhere around the world. The website is simple and plain because we expect that the learners need less distractions and to focus on the learning. We also created several podcast and video articles in order to test the preferences of the learners for the next stages of the project. We also hope to translate the materials in a variety of languages so it can reach a much wider audience. We hope you will find the library useful and will help you develop your own competences as a trainer. Thank you.
Trainers Library, the power of learning.